Nintendo cracking down on hackers and emulators. It's the right thing to do. Let's talk. Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. The video game retro show. You know what's coming. The retro video game show that is not, and I mean not, hosted by an e-begging clickbaiter. As you know, with me, I have my faithful sidekick, the wonderful, the man that needs no introduction. To my right, Flying Fox.
Dilly.
Alright, he'll be chiming in with opinions. He's my close friend after all. Anyway, my friends, the day has come. A day that I did not think was ever going to be here. But alas, it has arrived. You know, the only thing that's constant in life is change, right? And one of the things that's going to change for me is that I am going to travel.
Contrary rumors, he's not getting deported. He is just flying away.
That's right. I'll be going to, I'll tease it here. Among other countries, God willing, I'd be traveling to Taiwan and other places. So, what am I going to do with my games, right? What am I going to do with filming? Well, you know, obviously I can't take my games with me. I have over 16, 17 consoles, I think, and well over 300 games, so it's not something I can take with me, especially going overseas for the long period of time that I'm going, because I'll be gone for months, guys. So hopefully I'll be, entertaining you guys filming while I'm out. But since that is the case, I'm not going to be able to take my, PS4 with me. I was thinking about getting the Xbox One, but that's something that, I would have to get and load in my luggage. And I don't even know how to do it, right? I don't even know how I would do that and get it over to the places that I'm going. It just wouldn't be practical. But what is practical is carrying my Switch. I even have, and wait for it, build the anticipation. Oh yeah, look at that. I have the official Switch backpack. What a nerd, right? So, I have all the goodies. I'm getting prepared. I bought something specifically for travel, and this is something that I found at good old trusty GameStop. And it's awesome, and it's $12.99. And it has everything. It has a little rack for cleaning. It has headphones. It has the cable, the USB cable to be able to charge on the plane, because I'm going to be in the air, 18 hours on the first flight, I think, or 14 hours.
14 hours? Where are you getting deported to?
And then I'm going to be another 4 hours with 3-hour layover. I'm going to be gone basically for a day. I'll be flying. So I have to be prepared, man, between the breaks, the meals, everything. I want to be in the zone. And this, in addition to that, comes with a screen protector. So, there's quite a bit in this. I was really surprised about all the things that come in here. I was just looking to buy a cable and I got all that stuff. So, that's pretty cool. And I think that's going to be my best, by far the best option of gaming while I'm abroad. Of course, I'm taking my DS because there's certain games that, they're only good on the DS. I'm sorry. I know some of you don't like the DS anymore because you have a Switch, and yes, it's a lovely piece of hardware. But there's some games that only come out on the DS. I'm really happy right now playing Persona Q, among others. And, of course, now I have the NES collection there because I have the Switch Online. And, whatever happened to those crybabies about, Switch Online being garbage and whatever, they really went overboard, right, when it came out, and they started complaining about it, how bad it was going to be, and whatever, they make a few changes and now they're all in, right? And specifically with the cloud saves. But you know what? Nintendo always does this. That's why I tend to keep it even keel. Nintendo's a company that will wait to make a decision, right? Sometimes that works in their favor, and sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, they come out ahead. But to make any strong decision like that, especially going online, it's not something they're familiar with. They're going to take their time. Eventually, they're going to get it right. And the changes don't really have to do with all the, screaming and crying by, YouTube crybabies. It really has to do with them implementing what they want to do in the time that is most convenient for them. Because there's one thing about Nintendo you have to remember. They do not give two flying ducks about what the rest of the world thinks, right? They do their own thing. For good or bad, they're going to do their own thing. You know what? That's a great thing in our industry because, there's a lot of guys in the bigger developer companies that they think what the public should be watching and doing, and they're completely wrong. And Nintendo has lasted this many years because of their company culture. Is it perfect? No. But it's slow and steady like a turtle, and eventually it's going to get you there. And it's going to be the same thing for this. By the way, I love this, right? For me, this is worth the price of admission. Ice hockey, Gradius. You know how many times I cursed at Gradius? Jesus. Zelda, tennis, Tecmo Bowl. That's all I should have to say is Tecmo Bowl, right? Ghosts and Goblins, Double Dragon. I mean, this is a great starter pack, man. Anybody who's complaining about this, I'm sorry, you're just kind of an idiot, right? Blind Fox?
Ha ha, bitches.
Yeah, he gets it. I was downloading online, but I also went for the demos, and man, I was really surprised. I was really surprised how good playing the demos was. It really reminded me of the game discs, the sample discs that we used to get with for example, the PS1 and the PC discs that we would get back in the day, right? Where they would give you a little bit of a sample of the game, and then if you wanted to buy it, you would, send in your money, mail it in, and then would mail you back the discs, and that's the way you would play. And that's that's sort of the feeling that I got playing these demos again. Not that it hasn't happened in other consoles, but to me that's what inspired me to start thinking about going completely digital, especially because I have this big trip coming up, and there's just no way I can take the consoles with me except for the Switch and the DS. And I'll see what's out there. I'll see what other types of gaming are out in these countries. I'm specifically fascinated to go to Taiwan, and their flea markets or shopping markets out there, and to see what they have to sell, and of course all the knockoffs and stuff they have out there. But I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. Number one, Number two, man, I love exploring the world. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with your time, but one of the things that I found in my lifetime, and I'm speaking to the kids now, that has given me perspective, maturity, and a clearer understanding of other people is traveling. Traveling to different countries is not only amazing, but it's humbling, right? Nothing will humble you more than not knowing the language of where you're at, right? You know, and learning new cultures is great because you not only get to see the differences, but we get to see the commonalities between people, right? One thing that I can share with you is that it doesn't matter where you go. If you're, you know, in a taxi in New York, a taxi in Mexico City, or you know, you could be in an Uber or a Grab out in Asia or any of these places, the people in them tend to be the same. You'll have religious symbols of different kinds, right? I've been in a shared ride with a Muslim person. I've been in a shared ride with a person, you know, a Catholic, a Christian, you know, a Buddhist, people of different faiths. And it's awesome to see how they all carry religious symbols in their car in the same places. You know, like one thing I noticed is just like in the cabbies in Mexico, they have the Virgin Mary hanging. You know, I saw, you know, people of different faiths hanging different things right on the same spot, right? So they're all, you know, praying for positive energy while they're out there on the roads facing traffic. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we have in common that we usually don't talk about, especially here on the internet where it's all about hate and negativity. But hopefully we can change that someday, one day at a time. Alright guys, I just wanted to update you. I'm going digital, at least for the time being, but I'll never, and I mean ever, lose the love that I have for physical media because that's what I was raised on. Alright my friends, I'll see you on the next one. Remember, don't ever, and I mean ever, be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you next time. Take care.